Hello, traders. Welcome. Oh, sorry. Gonna get the mic on. Hey, traders. How are you? Welcome. Today is Thursday, 6/19/2025, 9:32. We're right at New York Open. Let's get our groove going. Welcome, traders. This is Anna DeShields here with Visual Silence Technology, showing you how I go ahead and scalp New York Open with Bitcoin. So let me go ahead and show my disclaimer really quickly. Remember, this is educational purposes only, traders. Educational purposes only. And welcome. Thank you for joining me. All right. That was good stuff. So what I'm waiting on here, traders, is let me share my screen. Um, let me see here just a second. What I'm waiting on here, traders, I have Top Step up, and I'm waiting actually for a really clean setup. This is a bit unlike me. Let me go ahead and change this real quick. Hold on, I'm sorry. What do I want to do here? Something. What am I doing? I am change my account. Let me change my account here. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. We're here are on Top Steps platform. They're doing one of my combines, and I have a fib on here. So we're able to take it a little slow here at New York Open because I'm waiting for my ideal setup. If you watch my other lives, you see I'm right in the normally right in when New York Open's open. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently today. I'm going to wait for my setup to happen. Right in here was where I would have entered. This is back at 7 o'clock. And I'm also trading on the 5 minute. So I really want a nice clean entry. I really want a nice clean entry because my pullback is going to be huge. So I really want a nice clean entry where hopefully she doesn't pull back on us and we can just glide on down. We do not have news at 10 o'clock or anything, so we're good there. Let's see, what else do I want to say? Not sure what else I want to say. I have been working though. I got hopefully if you've seen the past sessions of mine for live, I've been since the beginning of June. I have been messing with this microphone. I went and got another microphone. This is my Stellar X microphone, and boy, that was like a lot of work. So I really want to provide a great experience for the viewers, for you traders. And I come from I come from excellence. God made excellence, and so I really want to be able to provide a really good experience for you and for me too, because I'll be watching it. And if it's not top brand, then that bothers me. So I have been going through some trial and errors. I wanted to have some background music to play as well. And so I got a subscription and got Epic Sound going. And turns out it was not my microphone that was the problem. It was I'm using StreamYard. So it was StreamYard and YouTube and sharing the screen. Just too much request just made it lag when I would share my Epic Sound tab. Well, whatever. I mean, I was playing it and then it was coming through you guys, but that's what I believe was my problem because as soon as I turned it off, um the my other mic that I had was working fine, would be fine. But this Stellar mic, I really do like it a lot. A gentleman that I know that does voiceover for videos and stuff and for books, he uses this microphone. So I know it's really good, but it's not like a plug and play. I had to get the right kind of cord, then I got the wrong cord, and then I had to get an adapter because my speakers didn't fit into the thing. I mean, it was a whole thing. So here we are on 6/19/2025. And if you watch my videos back in from the beginning of June, you'll see that there was pretty poor quality. And it was a problem. And I was trying to figure out what was going on. So hopefully got that all figured out. I do have my music playing, but I end up having it playing behind me on I am seeing the chart here while I'm talking on the a speaker that I have. So it's playing through my phone on Bluetooth. So you might be able to hear it a little bit, but I'll have to figure that out later. Um And then for the mic stand, I could have an arm and have this sit on it, but I'll have to show a screenshot or a video of my whole setup here. And I, with that stand, there's several different stands. Um, it gets in my way. Like I need to be able to move. I'm working 2 computers. I got 8 monitors. So it just gets bulky. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. I am going to just hold the mic. And so be it. So whatever, you know, judge me like you want. I'm the one doing this. Um, you know, I could do an arm, whatever. I have a stand. It's just I'm just gonna play around and see which one works better. Actually, as I was thinking about it, I was thinking, you know what? I should just get a headset with the mic, and that way I won't be holding anything. But then that leads me into finding a really good headset with a nice microphone. And I'm just been spending 3 weeks on this. So we'll get there. Right now, though, I am very pleased with the setup I got. Finally got it figured out. So that's what's going on there. What else? Okay, so back to Bitcoin. We're still waiting for our setup. Um, let me I look at the higher time frames. What's going on here? This area is really strong support. She hasn't been able to pass through here really. There's this one, let me see if I can hide everything I can. Yeah. There's this one, um, this one, chart I have on TradingView that really shows me different looks. I have several different charts because it triggers my mind to think differently. So I have the one chart that's zone to zone trading, and we are really at a very, basically, we're really just apexing out here. We're really just apexing out here, but we've been in this zone for a while now. We've been in this zone. If you pull your candle, your chart in, you can see it so much better. Look at this. I'm waiting for my setup trader, so that's why. Oh, excuse me. That was weird. That's why I'm not doing anything. Oh, okay. So when I do the trend line, it's going to bring everything back. But you see this apex here. Um, you have to have at least 2 touches. And you see that she's just slowly gliding in here and gonna go ahead and break out. Okay. Um, so you see that, right? She's just, up or down. Which way is she gonna go? And this is on the day. This is on the day, and we have been in this zone for a bit now. For 33 days, we've just been trading this little bit of zone. It's about what is it? I think it's about 6,000 or 2,000. Let's see. Okay, 9,000. 9,000 from the bottom, but we've really been in here in the past couple days. 33 days has really just been this zone. We had one, dip. So this one's been just a little bit. Yeah, about 6,000. So there is a lot of activity to do in there, but that's what's been going on. So we're really just waiting for her to break out. All right, let's go back. All right, so let me talk you through if you were to trade this without doing the 5 minute. First, we hit that next zone. So we're 230 points away from the short term trend. So a 230 point pullback is fine. This actually will be pretty interesting what she does here. I'm looking at my higher time frames. Everything is selling. We're under the trend is selling on the short term time frames. I really want a pullback, and I am going to wait on my setup. I'm not jumping in. So let's look at the 1 minute, or let's look at the 2 minute. If you were trading this, I'm not going to get tempted. Okay, so here is your entry and how I'll walk you through this. So here is 922, so 930. It completely faked you out and did a reversal. Then you could go ahead and enter here. Either enter on this here. Stop loss would be right underneath in case she continued to, stop loss would be right above here if she decided to flip the script and buy back up. Taking that sell down, 3-bar push, 1, 2, and 3. So she did a nice run. Okay. Right now, what I would like to do, if you just wanted profit, you could do a trend line trade. And what that means to me is what I do is for my trend line trade is once she breaks this trend line, I'm out. You are going to have some pullback. So you actually then would have your person on your team measure how far that is to that. So it's 20 points. It's not bad. Oh, look at that. Nice, nice, nice. So you're still in the trade, has not broken this trend line. So if you got in up here, oh my gosh, that would have been awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that's 225 points. So, um, let me see if I can get all of my tools. I tell you what, I've been doing so much setup work that I'm just over not having all of my tools really quickly. I'm just playing with these. Oh my gosh, go Bitcoin. Okay, so all right. So she hasn't broken the trend line. Here, where could you get in again? Right here. Here is your ad. Stop loss would go right above here. Stop. Well, you can't really see that, can you? Stop loss would go right there. Stop loss right there. Actually, I don't like it there. You know, these things like what be messing you up. Trying to get rid of stuff. All right. Goodness gracious, she is nice move. So that sucks for me, right? I'm looking at her on the lower time frames. Goodness gracious, nice strong move. Okay, so here she's gliding down. Let's see where that is on the 1 hour. Let's look at this big picture. This is my trading view chart. Let's see what she's doing. I got to see the whole picture. Okay. All right. Well, goodness gracious. She's giving us a great re-entry if she sells back down to the bottom. I'm in on a trade right now. It got in about here. So, I got in at a little bit higher than that actually, 104, 128. So I'm in like right here on this buy. So approaching my entry. So she could go ahead and bounce all the way back down to here. So at least we can know. So that's 103,711. So let's go down here and let's see where that bottom's at. 15-minute. Oh gosh. All right. So on the 1 hour, let's bring it in. I want to see that fib. Okay, she's really just in the on this bigger fib. Let me go to this 5-minute fib. Where's she at on the 5? On this fib. Oh Lord, she done broke that. Okay, so that fib is invalidated. Let's go to the 1 hour. She's now doing a harder pullback. So we are in our 1 hour fib now, which I don't have on the chart, but that's no worries. We can do that very quickly. So she's about at the heartbeat zone. Yep. Here's our heartbeat zone. Dang, I don't have nothing right. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe this. This is just too much for me. Look, my dogs know. My dogs know when I'm upset. They hear it in my voice. But you can't make these. You can't make these as favorites. Okay, that's stupid. Okay, there's my heartbeat zone. Wait a minute. This is the 1 hour. I'm getting confused now. Okay, so that's the 1 hour heartbeat zone. So she's right there. So if she keeps selling, we're going to come down into here. Let's measure how much that is. I do want this pullback, 270 points back down. Okay, that's what we're looking at. We need to move this in so we can see it on the lower time frames. Let's go to the 5 minutes and see if we can see that fib. Okay, we can. I know there's a lot on this chart. Sorry, but okay, so don't get out on big bars, get out after them. That's that concept right now. Um Darn it, I just spilled that on my dress. So, boy, we're not going to have our entry. It's okay. Got to know what you got to do if this happens, right? See how we're going to play this. I don't know where the object tree is in this thing. Here it is. Delete. Object tree. Delete. Delete. Oops. Over here in the bottom right is your object tree, and it will hold all of your elements you have on your chart. Traders, I am not moved by the market and all that rhythm it just did. It's good that it's trending, but I want to wait for my setup. I got all kinds of stuff up in here. Okay. So what you could do here is, this would have to close below here to take that on the, I don't know if you guys follow Oliver Les, but he's awesome. And what his concept is add on the color change. So that would be closing below here and then getting in for the continuation back down. That could be your re-entry. But knowing Bitcoin and the market, she might do this pullback that we're looking for. I really would want her to pull back up into here. That's 400 points back. But what you have to look at, the context of it is here's her pause, break out, and push back down into here. So let's put a goal here. Okay, we should sell down to there. All right. And see if now I want to get in on the 5 for my setup. So it might not present itself. So this is where my discipline comes in. where I just be like, okay, well, waiting on my rules, waiting on what I want my setup to appear to me. It might not be at this New York Open time. Um, I can apply my concept on a lower time frame, but that's not what I told myself what I'm doing today for this trading session. So I'm getting in on my entry on the 5 minute. So we might miss it, but that's okay. At least we know what's going on. So um tomorrow we know we may do something different. All right. Oh, my music stopped. Okay. Music stopped. Looks like it's a little quiet. Oh, look, it's already 10 o'clock. Already 10 o'clock. Let's see what happened. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll talk you through if you were trading on this 1 minute. Okay, there's our pullback. We actually want it to come up in here sooner. So let's make a line here. We don't have to make a line. We can do a little design. Oh, wrong one. Excuse me. Okay, my 1 minute is black. So, wow, look at that. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring the distance from here to this zone. Oops. Is 290 points. So that's technically where I want her to pull back to for my re-entry. Now on the 1 minute, we can see on the 1 minute time frame what that looks like. Get the 1 minute and the 2 minute on here. This is the 5 minute, so we need to put that the right color. The 5 minute is what, blue, right? Blue, 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 blue. Yeah. It's good to train your mind to know what colors, what time frames, what. Oh, wait a minute. We have something wrong here. Oh, okay. That's the 2 minute. I was going to say, wait a minute. We have something wrong here. All right. So we have a ways for me for a re-entry here. This 1 minute's ugly. Can't really tell what you do, huh? A lot of a lot of gapping here. You would, see how we have that trend line where we were not breaking that trend line to get out. I think I did that on the 5 minute. See, that's why it's important to keep your colors going. Anyway, if you look on the 1 minute, nice extension down, but then reverse back up. And now you're in this pivot yuck area. We are at the heartbeat zone on the 1 hour. And I'm sure we're at kinds of all types of support on another time frame. Okay, here's our pullback that we want. We want her to come back up into here, but we really want her to come back up into here. This is our 5-minute zone. So let's see if she pulls back up into this zone. This would be for my team. Don't forget, traders, we have open call for tryouts for my scalping team. So go to my website, www.onadeshields.com. Scroll down the page and it says tryouts. And what will happen is I'll get notified and then my team will let me know. And then what we'll do is we'll get on a Zoom call together and I'll get to learn about you and what your goals are and why you'd like to be on a scalping team. And we'll see if we're a good fit. There is no requirements. There is it's not a paid position. It's not anything that you'll be compensated for financially, but you will get a array, a pyramid, a myriad of skills that you can learn from a trader like myself, a scalper for 6+ years. So your learning curve will skyrocket, and it's a great opportunity to learn how to trade and how to scalp and how the market moves. And just a lot of time from my experience that I'll be able to share with you. And why do I want to? What are my benefits for a scalper or a teammate? Is I see the value of trading and what it requires. And for one person to do all the different roles that this skill requires, especially for scalping, um, let's be realistic. You really do need a couple of people helping you. So each person would have a role. So I have about 6 people, 6 positions that I see my team having. And then we'll discuss what those are and what fit and what one you'd be interested in applying. So right now, the one position that a person, a trader would be doing is called the Sally's Up, my Sally's Up play, which is getting ready to hit profit right now. So that person would either just go ahead and take the profit for our team or just wait a little bit for a little cleaner touch. But that position, that's all that trader is focusing on. That's all that scalper is looking at. She's looking for, or he's looking for the team's Sally's Up play. And here it is executed. They be in it, pulled back. That's fine. They're still holding for the team. Could even hear add right here, stop loss right underneath the 2 candles if she doesn't commit for that add. So they got in up here. Hopefully, this is the 1 minute they saw that huge, and they know like this fall we should be, they're like saddling up. They're getting ready to get in and place the trade because they should anticipate this reversal. So here's their add that they could get, and then right now they are out of the trade. So that is a nice rebound. I call that my Sally's Up. That's 160 points back up. So that would be your role, and that's all you would be doing, because our other teammates are, excuse me, assisting with this fall. They're assisting with this fall, right? So a trader's mind normally is focused on managing this trade on the way back down, hoping and making sure they got it right. And they'd be super excited. So there's a lot of mindset in there too that they got to battle with to be able to concentrate on what's the next move. Where do I look ahead at? So then we have our one scalper being like, okay, here comes the ball. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. I'm the or what do you call it in soccer? I'm the goalie. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. The market's coming to me. I got to get ready to get it and take it back up. And boom, they took it back up. So that there is the play there. So if it's something that you would be, and that's just one of the roles, traders, of my scalping team. So reach out to me, go to my website, AnnaDeShields.com. That is a banner that I need to create. Let me put that on my little calendar here. Today is the 19th. Boy, I have my whole 19th already filled up. So I'm going to put banner at bottom of screen for scalping team. All right. Okay. So that's what's going on there. That's how you would play that. Now on our 2-minute, she can do two things here. And I'll show you what those two things are. She can go up to here and then piddle around. Boy, these things are awful. I'm so sorry, traders. If I don't take the time now, I won't do it. Goodness gracious. Okay. Hopefully this will be better. All right. So she'll go up here and maybe do a little consolidation and then go back down. Maybe push back up and then further go down. That's the one thing that she could do. What we want her to do is come up here, maybe pull back down to here, and then come back up into this zone, and then go back down. That's what I'm looking for her to do for the continuation back down. Okay. Now, when you do a fib on here, that's almost a 100% retracement I want her to do. See, to get up to my zone from this move, I'm asking her to retrace all the way back up. So that might happen and it might not. All right, so now you get to see what we're looking for. What could happen? What could possibly happen? Two scenarios. So we'll see what she does. Notice here when I was talking earlier about the trend line exit, my music stopped. Look at this trend line exit. Remember, we were doing it when it was moving. So you bring it down and this was the 5-minute trend line trade. So let's go to 5-minute. I'm going to be on the 5 to do this. I don't know if see how that's important on what time frame you're on when you do that, because if I move this over, it's going to impact what was going on. So let's keep it on the 2-minute. And I know at one point it was 20 points of a pullback. So here, when you did that trend line, you could, up here at the bottom, when you saw this, you could get out or gotten out here. But here, definitely you broke the trend line. And so now you're reversing. So you would be out of that trade. Because if you held here, the reason why you traders may hold here is because they're thinking, okay, she's consolidating, getting ready to do her next leg down and continue to scale down. So that's why they would be still holding on to that. They're looking for the next leg. But she didn't do that. She didn't continue on down, so she went back up. Okay. So I showed you how you can manage your trade, when to get in, when to get out off of everything that has transpired thus far. Now, for us, for me, remember, um I'm waiting for this setup on my 5-minute. Okay. So we're getting the pullback like we want, which is good. Now, when she gets up to where we want her to be at, we're going to go for the continued sell back down. Excuse me. And what we're going to need to identify is what has happened thus far. I think I hit the wrong fib. I did. Darn it. There. That's the one I wanted to hide. Okay. So now that we see what's going on in the 1 hour, let's go back to our 4 hour. We had those zones identified. Oh, she already broke those darn zones. Goodness gracious. So another role on the team would be what I'm doing right now is remembering and analyzing the higher time frames. So they would be saying the person on this role would be like, okay, she broke out of these 2 zones that she's been hanging out in forever. Actually, 3 of them now. Oops. Um, and now we're in her fib. Now we're in the fib. Remember we were talking about that apex and her breaking out? Why? I'm tired. All right, so which way is the momentum going to go on here? I don't have the momentum indicators up, the stochastics. I do have them on my other charts, so that's definitely what I would be going to as my resource. Are we ever bought? Are we ever sold? Where is everything at? Obviously, on the 5-minute, we're oversold. We're at the bottom. We're at a great re-entry for the buyback or for a buyback up. But is she going to continue to continue to sell? Is what we need to know with the momentum. And she could continue to sell, but she is at the bottom. So, be interesting to see when we get back in for the 5-minute play if she'll continue to sell back down. That's the question. So, as I'm thinking about that, now that I was waiting for the 5-minute play to set up, the rebound might actually have been better to take than waiting for this 5-minute. But we'll see. I say that because I don't know at the 5-minute if she is going to continue to sell that sucker back down or she's reversing. Because momentum wise, she's ready to buy back up. So that's another thing too is my entry for that buy back up was on that Sally's up play. Was one, two, three, 4 candles ago. Darn it. See what happens when you and that's the thing too with mixing strategies together because you're like, oh, because I hadn't really thought that thoroughly through. My mind was just take your play off of the 5, not realizing that at that moment when I do that on the 5 minute, what is that trend going to be? It should still be selling, but we'll see. But getting in off of what's happened is a little bit more probable, more likely to buy back up, which she did. So we would have gotten in um here or here. That Sally's up actually would have put us in that trade. But I'm looking at my momentum indicators and they're telling me I should have been in that. So that's what happens, as I was saying, is when you have different plays, people may not be doing all of that. Like, girl, that's like 3 plays you got going on. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why you have a team because each of them have their own role for the team. Now, if I was a robot and I was programmed and it hit my rules to execute a setup, execute a trade, then there would be no thought. But I'm not a human. I'm not a robot. And I have a bunch of other things that I'm thinking about. Um, you see the missed opportunity. So that's where the teammate comes into play. All right. So be it. And then people who are like traders where they wait for it to come back up and test support and take it back down. That's all they're focusing on right now. They're like, oh, it came back, tap my support. I'm in. Let me see if it continues. So they have their own strategy. That's what they're looking at. I don't do that. I do EMAs. To me, I found that the EMAs are more reliable, more probable of a setup than testing the support and resistance. All right, so it's 10. Oh my gosh, it's 10:19. I'm gonna be right back and we'll see what happens. I'll be back in just about 2 minutes. Okay. Thanks so much for waiting. And it looks like we are right back to where, oh, almost. Well, actually, we got good news. Let's get into the charts. All right. Look, she is right where we want her to be on the five. Remember before we wanted her up here, but now our zone has changed. Our zone has changed. So this has changed. I'm going to make it lighter so we can have it for reference. But now she is at the zone where I do want to get in back in for the trade setup. So um, it took, oh, goodness. I am so sorry. I did not pick up the mic. Sorry, traders. What I was saying was this is where we wanted her to come back up to, but now our zone has changed and now she just tapped right where we want her to be at. Okay. Right where we want her to be at. This is our 21 EMA. Very, 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 very popular EMA that many traders use throughout the trading community. So don't, excuse me, do not let other traders tell you like they have a new concept. They have a new thing with this indicator. It is a very widely used EMA. Okay. It's powerful. What I do know, and I have found that traders don't know the reason why it's so powerful, but it is very powerful. Now, I have done a lot of research on why this EMA is so powerful because I'm not just that. Um, I want to know why. I want to know why. Like, why is it like that? So, one of the reasons why it's such a powerful um, EMA, and just a second before I get into that, is I want to make sure I'm getting set up for this trade. So, another role that the teammate would be doing is for the team measuring how much distance back down. So, it's only 270. That's not yum. 375 points. So that's still nice, but not excited about it. Now I need to look on my other time frames and see if she's pulling up deeper. The problem is with this retest here is you got to time it right. So what is a good key is waiting on the next bar. See what it does. The lower time frames will give you an indication on what she's doing. Is she turning around or is she gonna keep buying up? So I'm on looking at the 15-second and the 1 minute, and she has a lot of momentum. Look at that. She has a lot of momentum. So she's not quite pulling back yet. So what might be happening now is we're having a trend change. So this is what comes up in the situation of market rhythm at NY Open. If we put our lines on here, she's doing a 100% retracement. And in our fib, she's coming back. She went into the heartbeat zone. That was a perfect entry right there. We talked about that. We talked about why I didn't get into that. Okay. I stuck to my rules. So I did miss all of that, but I walked you through how to capture that and how my team would have captured that. 345 points back up. We're at our 50. We're hitting our 50 EMA on the 5. Let's see if these EMAs changed real quick while we're waiting on what she's going to deciding to do. This is still the same a little bit. This has moved down a bit. That's going to impact our decisions too. 30 minute, 30 minute, 30 minute. Our 30-minute move down too. Like right here. So we got a lot of EMAs in our way up there. Okay. See what she's ready to do. We have 1 minute left on this candle. Okay, I took the sell based off of the lower time frames. At a small size in case she's not ready. Ugh, forgot to do a stop loss. Hold on, traders. Stop loss for the sell is going to be right. I'm not putting my stop loss way up there. I'm just getting it on the screen. Okay, so I took the sell. So if I put it there, let's see. I've been noticing I've been doing my stops like a little bit too tight. And with Bitcoin, it costs a lot to get in and out. So that's another role that the team would do is they would be measuring for us how much that stop is, 120 points. All right, now we want hold on, traders. I'm looking. We want a Exodus sell back down on the 5. We want to Exodus sell back down on the 5. We got in off of the momentum indicator telling us she's selling on the 1 minute. I really need to get that indicator up. Sorry, traders. I have it on my other one. Let me show you that screen real quick. This is another screen that I'm looking at, and here's my momentum indicators. And we got in off of this one, and also the 15-second was telling us. So let's see if I can get this back over to here. All right, good. Nice strong candle. Okay. We're going to go down to the 2 minutes. We got 57 seconds left on this candle. I got in again off of the strong candle extension. Let's go to our 5 minute. Nice strong candle off of that 5. Nice. Up into here is where she stopped. Remember, that was our heartbeat zone. And then this is when everything kind of pulls into play. We're looking to come down into here with this turnaround. This is the heartbeat zone on the 1 hour. This is where we want to go for our scalp. Oof. Oh, we did a little bit too far, huh? Okay, we're looking to go right there, which is the 61.8. Now, technically, you should not get out on big bars. You should get out after them, courtesy of Ala Velez. So, if that concept plays true, then we should get another big bar. We should get at least, this here is a big bar. This probably could be technically 2 bars. But we should get another push down. Now, here is going to be support and resistance. It's going to give us a hard time. We're on the 5. Let's go down to the 2, see what's going on. Okay. So we should be able to run this mama. Okay. We have 4 minutes left on this candle. See what she does. We'll move our stop into profit. If we look at this on the lower time frames on the 2 minute, we can see where our stop is at. If it's serving us well, it would serve us well right here. It could serve us well right here, or it could serve us well following the EMA. So I'm going to follow the EMA. And let's see, are we going to do a trend line exit or are we going to do something else? Let's do our trend line exit for this session. So here's our trend line on the 2 minute. Our 2 minutes important that you use the right colors and because then you'll know what you. So this is a 2-minute trend line exit. She's coming right up onto support. Here's the zone we want to be out at. We'll go back to our, well, let's see, we might end up being on the 5. We want her to push through here. And we also want to, we're going to have to do 2 screens. Here's our 2-minute and here's our 5-minute. And then I get caught up in it and I forget where the freak I'm going. So let's make these suckers, a little bit louder. So they're screaming at me. That's why you have that other person on your team where they're letting you know, just like NASCAR, like Formula One. They got the people where they're like, I forget the wording they use. I like watching that show on Netflix. I can relate to it so much to trading. That's why I like it. What is the word they use when they want him to go? Okay, so she's doing a little pullback on the 2-minute. And look at that. She broke the trend line exit. She's right on it. So you could technically, I'm also looking at my momentum. My momentum also has me out. So what I'll do is I'll close one. Okay, so we got out on one for the trend line exit, although we were supposed to wait for that candle to close. But I also got out based on, actually I got out early on my momentum. It's okay. At least we got one going. And as a result, we're going to move this back up to here for our protection. We have this next candle is going to produce in 1 minute. 1 second. So we are waiting to see if she's going to continue with this move in this session, in this, next 10 minutes. She might go ahead and definitely do it. But is it within our scalping session? Because we're supposed to be scalping. Now, I'm not starting my scalping session until 10:40, but that was based on my rules of how I wanted to take that trade. Now, remembering our don't get out on big bars, get out after them, we really should have another big bar. But this zone here at 104,387 on the 15-minute and 30-minute is strong area of support and resistance. It actually is it's almost on the 50 on my broker on the day. So this sucker may just play around and bounce. Oh no, excuse me. It's 1,000 points away from that. Okay, forget that thought. Forget that thought. I'm looking at my higher time frames on my different charts. And she's right at the heartbeat zone on this. She's at the 50, just same fib. Okay. So let's see if she can make it back down here. She might come back up. I'll show you. She might come up here, retest for more momentum to push on down past through here to here. And then what might happen is she'll really slam through all of this and go way down to here. So where she's currently at to where we would love her to go is 400 and some points away. Although I am in a buy on my other account, so I don't really want her doing all that. So 505 points. All right. 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 You're going to learn today, traders. Okay, let's see. Now it's up where traders don't watch the lower time frames to mess with their mind, or they just hold it out and see what happens. So we have definitely applied our rules. We had a system, we have a process, and now we're just waiting for the market to see if it's going to execute. This support level right here, let's look at it on the 1 hour. Okay, on the 1 hour, we had a huge candle that broke through, so it should continue to sell down. Our momentum on the 1 hour is selling. Oh, I can't see it. See if I can get my other chart up. Let's get this other one up here real quick. I'll go to the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour, she's still selling. So 15 minutes playing around. See if she can break this level right here. Let me put this over here because I'm not liking the way that looks. What was I thinking? See how when you change your charts, you forget what the heck you were thinking. Oh, I forget what my thought was. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what my thought was. I do have to keep it on here for a second. Yeah, technically she ran her 4 levels for this trade setup. So technically, she is done from that 8:15 move right here. She ran her course. It was ugly. It was ugly, but she did it. It was ugly, but she did it. Okay, looks like she's coming into our zone. Nice, nice. Nice, mama. She's coming right into it. Yes, good job. Good girl. All right, let's move this down to right here. Not much money is that, though, huh? Back to our trend line. She broke it right here, but then continued. So 1 minute, she's tapped that zone. We technically would have been out. She should fill this wick up too. Hold on. She should fill this wick up right here since I missed my exit. I actually want her to come down deeper, down into here, to be honest with you. So how many positions am I in? Just one. That sucks. Oh, also something I learned back in the day, it does apply now, is if people are excited that they hit the zone, their TP, like maybe everyone had the same TP, you might want to go ahead and realize that that trade might not finish out because and it might pull back. So if you got to be prepared for that because technically, um, like right now, she's retesting that zone for good for me, right? Good. So we could get out here. But I want more. But she's definitely at our take profit zone. I'm not. Remember, we want her to come down a little bit more, add on color change. We could add on color change and see if that happens. Let's wait for it to close. Oh, we got in early. I got spiked by the darn thing, by the momentum off of that. Darn it. I like when I do that. Come into here. Into here, then I am stopping because that's a really strong zone. Okay, we still need her to execute. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. So from here, you could say 3 to 5 bar execution. She had her pause and looking for her continuation. She broke that zone, so she really should push down more. Now, SPX, I traded that thing the other day. That thing done kicked my butt. But it kicked my butt because I was getting in wrong. I was getting in wrong. I was getting in at the top. But also another big thing was not only that, it wasn't that bad getting in at the top the way I was getting in. I wasn't foolishly getting in at the top. There was reason and logic. But with that asset and this company, the one contract, that's a lot. I haven't figured out how much it ends up being actually, but when you're already in drawdown and you're not waiting for a safer entry and then you're getting in, it ate up my account profusely, profusely. And that thing was a goodness gracious, that thing was a mess. So look, that looks good. I like that push. That looks like a nice candle. All right, we got 1 minute left on this candle. I really want her to push it even harder. Harder, harder. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, this is what drives me crazy though, is that this is a great move, but my profit, I'm just, oh my goodness, my other buy that I'm in now too is not happy. It's in drawdown now. So okay, come on, mama. Push her down. Let's see if she'll go down a little bit deeper. Where is my stop loss? Oh, I don't know what happened here. Come on, mama. I really like that music. Okay, so this is the 5 minute is blue. That's a 2 minute. Okay, here's our trend line exit on the 5. Will she fill this up within the next 4 minutes? Will be great. We're going to see if she does. I'm trying to figure out why I didn't go in larger size on this trade. Not quite sure. Let's see where I entered at. 103, 104,378. 104,378. That's like down here. God, I got in late. 104,378. Oh no, that was my second entry. I must have I must have closed the wrong darn trade because I got in sooner than that. I'm not quite sure how this thing 104,750. Yeah, see, I got up in here. 104,7 104,750. Yeah, I knew I got up at the freaking top. 104,750. That that one closed out. I didn't want that one closed. I wonder how you do that. Anyone know how to do that? Let me know how you close the position from your I wanted this one to keep running, not my ad. Mm. Anyway, that was a great entry. I'm not quite sure why I didn't go in with larger size. That really bothers me. Dang it. That's a bummer. All right, that's 460 points. It's gone. That should have been a $400 trade with 10 contracts. Because 10 contracts on mini Bitcoin is $1 per point with this platform. All right, so the challenge here is she going to continue to sell now? I think she's pretty much done. She's tapping our trendline exit on the 5. So she might do that, but not right now. See how she handles this 1 minute pullback? If you use the momentum indicators, they have you out. All right, broke our trend line exit. She's done for this one right now. So she did hit our TP zone. I was looking for her to run deeper I really wanted her to come down further in this run. She very well can, but in this run, I wanted her to come down deeper. So, um, but she did hit our TP like we wanted, and she did not come back up and retest and fall back down. She continued to sell down, which was beautiful, and then ran right into our 1 hour heartbeat zone, which we wanted her to run to. I was trying to get more from her, hoping she would do it. Looked like we had really strong momentum. That was another reason why. Um, and then with the concept of don't get out on big bars, get out after them. We see how that pay. Here's a big bar. We don't get out on big bars. We get out after them. We got more continuation. Looking at the 15 minutes. Waiting on that finish bar to get out and get out lower. That concept plays there as well. And then on our 2 minute, we have our pause, a continuation. This is where I added, I believe, and then we got caught down here. All right. Well, that was a great session. Been going live now for 1 hour and 31 minutes. Thank you, traders. I'm going to be doing a live Bitcoin analysis too, so be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, I will be on tomorrow morning, 6/20, 2025. Either we'll be doing NAS or we'll be doing Bitcoin. Still got to see which one I'm going to be doing. But in the meantime, I'll see you in a little bit. Say, have a great trading day. All right. Talk soon.